What ear are you, left ear or right ear?
I don't know.
Which ear is your prominent ear? Or your...
I've never done anything like this before.
Oh, really?
I'm right-handed, so any advice?
Just look right into the camera when you're spoken to.
Okay. It's a gathering of, wow, this is hard. Oh my God. What have I gotten myself into?
It's utterly terrifying.
YearlyKos convention is a Netroots community convention, and the idea for the YearlyKos convention first came about after November 2004. Some community members of YearlyKos.com decided it would be a good idea if we got together and started working together a little bit more to promote progressive causes.
And get ourselves organized and see if we can't straighten out our country a little bit.
The opportunity to see this many progressive politicians in one place, to network, to see how I can contribute, I wasn't going to miss it for the world.
When you said just let it be awkward, that's kind of the theme. And that's what makes it so fun. We can talk in code, nobody will know. So we can talk about things like troll wars and pie fights in Orlando, and people are like, what are they talking about? We know what we're talking about.
The blog world is changing the face of accountability. There's a lot of talk about the influence on the upcoming selection of nominees for Democratic candidates. And I think the impact on the media will actually be a longer and more profound effect of the blog movement.
Don't worry about what people like me think about what you're doing, whether it's in Connecticut or anywhere else. Do what you want to do.
I'm here at YearlyKos because this is where people-powered politics is happening.
It's interesting how we're being perceived by the rest of the universe simply because when the entire Democratic leadership shows up and all the Democratic presidential candidates show up and they bring all of the media with them, it's just kind of an interesting place to be.
You know, we can't go back and rewrite history, but what if we'd had the blogosphere in 93 and 94 when I was working on health care and, you know, being hammered and they were raising $300 million and distorting everything we were trying to do.
It's amazing the power of the truth as long as you get it out there quick and you repeat it.
I've always been committed to the democratization of knowledge, and this convention is about the democratization of knowledge.
You are at the cutting edge of a new era of history. You will look back many years from now and tell your grandchildren about coming here to Austin, Texas, and about the first two meetings of Netroots Nation. And you will tell them that this was the beginning of an effort that was historic to reclaim the integrity of American democracy.
The real power in America lies outside Washington, D.C., and that is a business of people in Washington, D.C. to serve those outside rather than having those outside Washington, D.C. serve those inside.
Now you got a problem, because y'all about to win. He said you have to figure out a way now as you go from opposition to proposition, from protest to governance, because it's our turn now. It's our turn now.
Pittsburgh is a reflection of our progressive values. It's a strong labor town. It is a center where you're seeing a lot of innovation in the new economy of clean tech and green technology.
Day of service for tomorrow is on.
The Netroots are the new union halls where authentic information is disseminated. I'm the son of a steelworker union officer, and I'm happy that the values shared by those people that built this country out of the Great Depression are renewed by these people here this weekend. I'm most pleased.
There are 2,000 of the most influential people in America here. Some of them have very big audiences, some of them have very small audiences, but when you add them all up, they matter a lot. And they know the new media better than anybody else.
You hold the seeds of a genuine revolution in our public life.
When the people lead, our elected officials will follow. This is the time for us to lead.
plants and soil have demonstrated to be a very effective method of bringing people out of that very costly downward spiral of social isolation. We have lots of disaffected adults and a disaffected environment as well. Both are in need of some serious therapy. We can put the two together to form a solution.
Anybody with a flip phone, anybody with a laptop, anybody with a mouse can do beautiful things. You can write beautiful words. You can tell tough truths in a way that actually bring us together and help us find an inner reserve and an inner core that we didn't even know we had as a country. You have the power to do that. And you have a choice to do that every single day.
So if you're upset that we didn't get a real public option, you better understand that racial resentment and racism is one of the reasons why. If you're upset about the inadequacy of the stimulus, you better understand that one of the principal reasons why is white racial resentment, the very thing being catered to, the very buttons being pushed every day in this country on the right.
So I've been to, I think, 3 Netroots Nation conferences.
This is my 4th Netroots Nation.
I've been to all 5 of them, actually. First year, nobody knew each other, and we were all kind of trying to figure out where we all fit in. And I think now we've built more of a team.
I think the conference has become more diverse just in terms of the people who are here, but then also in terms of the topics that are covered. I think that it's essential for progressives thinking about the future to really think and talk about our changing culture and how what a new progressive majority is going to look like.
A lot of people who used to be amateurs, sort of shaking their fists to the skies, are now professionals. So it's gone from a little bit of outsider idea to a lot of people who are insiders, a lot of people who have taken their hobby and turned it into a job.
There's a new energy in our movement. I mean, it seems like we're on the defensive, but we really are moving ahead. So we need to talk to each other and figure out how to make that go forward.
Of course, I will go as long as they have it.